What's that, the people? Population nation here. So, Napoleon trailer reaction.
No doubt you've seen the chaos in the streets.
This is at the start, and Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor. He's just too old to play a young Napoleon. Now, the film that came out a couple decades ago, I think it was by Stanley Kubrick, was a brilliant film, and that just basically focused on pretty much Napoleon coming out of exile, getting his army back together, and taking on Wellington. And as we know, he lost. This film is obviously started off, I suppose, how he comes to power, the I can't remember what they call it now, the revolution.
We must make an example, or France will fall. What would you do if this assignment of defense was transferred to you?
I promise you brilliant successes.
Everyone around here.
What is this costume you have on?
This is my uniform.
Everyone so near.
I led the French victory at Toulon.
What is your name?
Napoleon.
As the course of my life just changed. Napoleon.
So, yeah, we're getting a bit more about his sort of private life, I suppose, or, how he sort of gets in with the right people, and he gets noticed for his talent.
I'm destined for greatness.
That never happened. They call it the Battle of the Pyramids, but it happened like 10 or more miles away. I don't know why he's put it in there, maybe perhaps because he might look cool or something, I don't know. I just look at that and think, oh, poor pyramids, have they no shame?
But those in power will only see me as a sword.
I suggest you take the throne as a king.
Holding on.
Shall we vote?
Like I say, Napoleon, he isn't this great guy people think he was. He was, he was a great tactician. He obviously must have been charismatic, and he was a good leader of men. And he just happened to be at the right place at the right time to take over. But he was known for being selfish, arrogant, vain, and here we go, crowning himself.
This vermin has held the world.
Oh, that was awful. Them squares, that was a tactic employed by the British Army, the English. Like, if you watch the other film, Napoleon, or Battle of Waterloo, whatever it's called, and you see how uh, Wellington's got his reserves over the ridge. So when Napoleon sends in his cavalry and they charge over, and then they're met with these great big squares of people with the muskets, and I dare say a few cannons, but muskets with the big bayonets, and you know it's hard to get horses to charge into stuff like that, and with the noise and the smoke, and the shouting, and they also were more spaced out and in like a checkerboard um, type configuration. Them two squares there were too close together. They were too small and too close together. Obviously they're going to be shooting their own men, and that many men packed that tight together. The noise and the cohesion and that. Yeah, so
Stitch, with his egotism and his lack
very
of
good.
simple good manners.
You think you're great?
It was
You're
a
just
tyrant.
a tiny little brute that is nothing without me.
All Europe is uniting forces against me.
What's the outcome of this if you don't succeed?
Your Majesty, we are discovered.
Good.
Now this is true.
I'm the first to admit when I make a mistake.
So he was a master tactician, had an uncanny ability to
I simply never do.
lure his enemies into these traps. But he got a bit too big for his boots, didn't he? And he took that army, marched them all the way to Russia, like 160, 180, maybe even more than that. 200,000 men. They thought they were just going to get there, and the Russians were just going to roll over. And basically, when they got there, Moscow was empty. I believe they emptied all the jails, let all the thieves and criminals out. Went and what little food there was stolen, and fires were started and whatnot. And so after the men, tired, cold, hungry, got there, and then they had to stay there for well, however long it was. But Napoleon, he jumped on his horse and went back to sunny France, you know, and tens of unbelievable amounts of men just died marching back, froze to death and starving, terrible, but he made sure he made it out, and there's many stories, Napoleon doing stuff like this. But they just didn't seem to show it in the movies and stuff. And it'd be nice if they actually, instead of just showing these great achievements and whatnot, if they actually, you know, went a bit more into his dark side, I think that would be pretty good. Anyway, there we go, people. Thanks for listening. Yeah, please subscribe, make my day, and as always, have a good one.